5 years ago, if you would have told me that this high school dropout would have become a YouTube genius, you would have probably looked at me and said, yeah, okay, buddy. Son to a single mother, Iman didn't really have a lot of money growing up or even much of a support system. But fast forward to today, the 24-year-old millionaire runs one of the most successful business channels on YouTube. Since his first upload in 2015, Iman has amassed over 2.6 million subscribers and over 81 million total views. And as if that wasn't enough, he has an $80 million net worth. If that doesn't impress you, just for context, that's 4 times richer than Frank Ocean. Yeah, big deal. But the obvious question is, how did he even do it? In this video, I'm gonna break down Iman's strategies that earn him tens of millions of dollars. So take out your pen and paper and make sure to write down all the tips and tricks I'm about to give you that you can immediately apply to your content today. And you can finally prove to your parents that you're not a total failure. Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Iman's first secret to getting millions of subscribers is pick your audience carefully. Having true fans that'll watch any video you publish is every YouTuber's dream come true. Sadly, most YouTubers don't pick the right audience from the start, and inevitably, their videos flop, even if they have a lucky break. Take it from me, my 8th video got over 480,000 views, but my channel didn't grow because I didn't know who my audience was and kept changing my content. Big mistake. Iman, however, did not make this mistake. Although he started out doing fitness vlogs, he eventually stuck with business content, which allowed him to make $18 million a year through his YouTube empire. So how do you find your $1 million audience? Well, it's pretty simple. Just follow the who, where, what principle. And that is who your ideal viewer is, where they're spending their time online, and what problem you're fixing for them. Taking Iman as an example, his audience can be categorized as aspiring entrepreneurs looking to achieve financial freedom. The who, in this case, would be the aspiring entrepreneurs. The where they're spending their time online would be on YouTube. Sure, you can read an article or book that teaches you something, or you could just watch a YouTube tutorial. And as an aspiring entrepreneur with limited time, you will choose the latter. And the what. So what problem are you fixing? In this case, it would be achieving financial freedom. But is his audience really a $1 million audience? Well, yes. Now, I'll explain it to you with this crazy story of how he turned one of his viewers into a $16,000 customer just by publishing one video. Let's set the stage. It's February 8th, 2022, and 25-year-old James is once again scrolling through YouTube, trying to find a way out of his job. Although he achieved some success with his frequent side hustles, none of them really worked out. He still needed to hold on to a job. That is, until Iman published a video titled Best Online Businesses to Start as a Beginner, an answer to James's problem. Let's see.
If you click this short video, it's because you want to create an online business, so pay attention. Because I'm about to show you how you can take advantage of this new arbitrage economy to start a business with virtually no startup capital and that can get you paychecks like this in a matter of weeks. Now, I'd like to be 100% transparent here. Just because I got these results doesn't mean you will.
This is it. This video was the answer to finally escaping the rat race. James rewatches the video 10 times to get every drop of liquid gold. Something else catches his eye, a link in the description to a course? A step-by-step guide on how to build that business. He no longer has to figure it out all by himself. $1,500? Dang, that's a lot of money. But again, if he doesn't do this, it might mean...
Coming to bed, honey?
Yes, dear.
Fuck it. What's another $1,500 worth of debt? He proceeds to buy the course and follows it to the point where his agency business is now breaking $10,000 a month. Iman knew that his viewers who actually follow his program would get success, just like James did. So he made another $15,000 course, which would take the students from $10,000 to $100,000 a month. Since everything up to that point worked, he did the obvious thing. So Iman was able to make a video that turned casual viewer James into a $16,000 customer. And how do I know that James's story is true? Well, I have a shocking confession. I am James. Well, I'm Phil, but I just said James so, I could build suspense and make the story a little bit more compelling. Yes, I've spent over $15,000 on Iman's courses, but that's allowed me to build Chapter.xyz, which is my agency. And I know that not everyone has that amount of money, and neither did I. Just FYI, I put it all on credit cards. Trust me, I used to work call center jobs, even construction, and I was dead broke. I could barely pay $400 in rent. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of inspiration that even a silly goose like me can make an online business work. Anyways, back to the video. So think of this at scale. Let's just say that 1% of those 5 million views clicked on his course link. That would be 50,000 people. Then only 1% of those 50,000 people buy his $1,500 course. That's coming out to $750,000. Again, that's just 0.1% conversion rate, which I'm sure it's higher, but for the sake of argument, we'll stay there. Now think about all the videos he's posted online, pulling in tens of millions of views. Yeah, Iman's channel is a money printing machine, but that was no accident. Iman planned this with almost surgical precision, and that leads us to secret number 2. Plan for success from the start. You see, there's 2 metrics that YouTube uses to decide if they'll promote your video. Number 1 being click-through rate, which is a percentage of people that click on your video. Number 2 is watch time, which is the total time those people that clicked on your video stay watching. Obviously, the higher the number, the better. However, YouTube has an open secret that not many people know about, and that is not every viewer is the same. Let me explain. This is a channel I created called Art Support, and it's made over $21,000 with just over 5 million views. And this number right here is called RPM, which is how much money YouTube pays you per 1,000 views. I couldn't find Iman's RPM anywhere, but I was able to find a similar channel in the business space, and their RPM ranges from $10 to $80 per 1,000 views. I know that's a pretty big range, but let's just say it's $30 per 1,000 views. That means at an average of 7 million views a month, Iman is pulling in about $200,000 a month from ads on the videos. And of course, that's no accident. From all my research, I can tell Iman is the type of man that measures twice and cuts once. So how do you apply this to your content? So what you're going to want to do is draw out your audience's journey from start to finish. And let's take my niche, for example. I chose a business niche because it's what I'm most passionate about right now. I have a little art project over here that I made for you guys. So it ventures out the beginning, the middle, and the end of that audience, at least the way I see it. First of all, you have people in the beginning stages right here. These are people who are, Gen Z, millennials, want to be entrepreneurs. They want to achieve financial freedom. They want to go from 0 to 1. People in the middle of their journey, Gen X, let's say, mid to late 30s up to their 50s and 60s, people who already have achieved financial freedom. They're not beginners. They have money, but they need a content team. And of course, you have the Alex Hormozis, the Gary V's, the Grant Cardones. These are the standard, so to speak. So they have a big team. They're focused on 1% changes. So my agency, Chapter.xyz, by the way, shameless plug, helps people in the middle of their journey. Again, these are people who have money. They want to start a personal brand online, but they just don't know how to make content. You want to build out like this customer journey from beginning, middle, and end, and kind of figure out how you can provide value in which stage. For example, let's say I wanted to expand. I'm like, okay, I'm done serving people in the middle. I want to target people in the beginning stages. So what I'll do is I'll create content that is more along the lines of like how to get to your first 1,000 subs. Because I understand that these people are doing everything themselves. They don't really have the money to hire anyone. They're kind of learning all the skills on their own. So I'm going to make content serving them. Doing this beginning, middle, end is going to help you kind of visualize and really put a face on the person you're helping. Just for anyone interested, we went ahead and made our user persona Notion template available for free. It's a link in the description. You can just copy paste this to make your own ideal target customer. But just by picking the right audience doesn't simply give you millions of views. So how did Iman get his audience to care about who he is? He did it with secret number 3. Become the hero of the story. Everyone has a hero. They reflect the best version of yourself, the one you're trying to become. You can only get that life by taking risks, failing, being bold, and staying true to your principles no matter the downside. You see, Iman embodies all of the above, which is why he's so influential. So how do you build an image that people admire? Step 1, write down your life story on paper. Include the good, the bad, and the ugly. Don't hold back. If you've gone through some hardship, chances are someone in your audience has as well, so they'll be able to relate to you. For example, Iman is very open about his dark and heavy past.
Grew up in Russia in a place called Dagestan. My biological father, alcoholic, abusive. Thank God my mom, finally decided to get out of that situation. My mom met my stepdad, and my stepdad was very wealthy. But by the age of around 7 or 8, we were basically like fully cut off. When things got really bad, we were on government benefits, which is kind of like welfare. So I had this really weird childhood.
His story probably makes you think, if he can do it despite all that hardship, then so can I. Step 2, choose your mountain. Heroes are made after overcoming obstacles, so you need to pick which mountain you're going to climb. Is it becoming super fit, getting really good at writing, or learning how to sell? Now, once you pick your thing, commit.